Hello, welcome back to RL Talk. Today I'm going to be previewing the RLCS promotion tournament, playoff kind of thing, and the Oceania regionals. Very exciting this weekend. We see the two teams from Oceania that stay guaranteed for next season, which will not be Renegades. I'm not really going to say much about Team S, but apart from the fact that I did go to CJ's Twitch the other day and tell him that he would be watching Oceania Regionals from home, so guess I was right there. Anyway, let's just go right into the predictions. The only things in mine and Josh's prediction system that can really change, I'm 15 points behind him. This is the final week, so with our predictions being quite similar, I doubt that I can really overtake him. He's pretty much guaranteed to beat me in Europe, as he's beating me by 15 points. I'm beating him by 4 in North America. I won South America, and he's beating me by 2 in Oceania, so still a lot to play for. And if I beat him in Oceania and North America, then I would win. But anyway, let's just get right into our predictions, which Josh is currently changing because I told him that he couldn't win with his current predictions. But we'll start with mine for that case in North America, where the matches that are guaranteed are Rogue vs Stromboli and E United vs Charlotte Phoenix. Best of 7s, mind you. So I have Rogue to beat Stromboli 4-2. And then I have E United to beat Charlotte Phoenix 4-3, leaving Rogue to play E United, and whoever wins that stays up. And then Stromboli to play Charlotte Phoenix in the lower bracket. So I have E United to beat Rogue 4-2 and guarantee them a spot through the upper bracket to Season 10 of RLCS. And then I have Charlotte Phoenix to beat Stromboli 4-2. Which then leaves Charlotte Phoenix versus Rogue in the lower bracket, which I have Charlotte Phoenix to win 4-3, and leaving them to go into the Season 10 of RLCS, leaving Rogue and Stromboli into rival series. Now, Josh has Stromboli to beat Rogue 4-2. Also E United to beat Charlotte Phoenix 4-3, leaving E United to play Stromboli in the upper bracket final, and Rogue to play Charlotte Phoenix in the first round of the lower bracket. 2 rounds for each side of the bracket, mind you. So he then has E United to beat Stromboli 4-2, putting them down to the lower bracket final. Then Charlotte Phoenix to beat Rogue 4-3, and Charlotte Phoenix to beat Stromboli 4-2, leaving E United and Charlotte Phoenix, the two teams going to RLCS Season 10, and Stromboli and Rogue not going to RLCS Season 10 and going to the rival series. Now, over on the side of Europe, I have Endpoint to beat Solary, RCD Espanyol to beat TSM, which would leave Endpoint versus RCD in the final, in the upper bracket, and Solary and TSM in the lower bracket. Because of that, I have TSM to beat Solary 4-3. Then Endpoint to beat RCD Espanyol 4-3, leaving Endpoint to go to RLCS Season 10. Then I have RCD Espanyol to pretty much blow TSM out the water 4-1. In my opinion, that's because TSM are a very, very defensive team, and I don't think that they will be able to handle RCD Espanyol's offense or attack. So that leaves me with TSM and Solary going down to RLCS Season 10, and RCD Espanyol going up to RLCS Season 10, and Endpoint keeping their spot for next season. Now, over to Josh. He has Endpoint to beat Solary 4-3, TSM to beat RCD 4-2, leaving Endpoint to play TSM in the upper final, and then Solary to play RCD in the lower first round. Endpoint
to then beat TSM 4-2, keeping in point spot in RLCS. Then he has RCD to beat Solary 4-3, and then beat TSM 4-2, also putting RCD Espanyol into RLCS Season 10. So the teams we think will go through are both the same, although some of our predictions are different, and that will also come to light, you see, for our Oceania regional predictions, where we have the matches of Ground Zero versus Queen Society and Mindfreak versus Fury after Esper threw their game against Fury in Game 5, so that Renegades didn't make playoffs. I'm personally a bit of a fan of this, and I'll now get criticised for it, but I think they shouldn't have done it, but it was a ballsy move. Kind of liked it. They took the risk. They got banned for a year. Don't know about Steve or something. I think he said that he wasn't part of it. I'm not convinced. I think it was all three of them should be banned for a year. But I'm just happy that Renegades aren't in the playoffs realistically. So yeah, what they did was wrong. But I'm happy that Renegades aren't in the top 4. But anyway, digressing, please don't hear me, just opinion. I have Ground Zero to beat Cringe Society 4-2, and then Mindfreak to beat Fury 4-2 as well, leaving Ground Zero to play Mindfreak in the upper final, and then Cringe Society versus Fury in the lower bracket. Then I have Cringe Society to beat Fury 4-2, Ground Zero to beat Mindfreak 4-2, Mindfreak to beat Cringe Society 4-3, leaving Ground Zero versus Mindfreak in the grand finals, a rematch of their match in the upper bracket, and I think Ground Zero will take it even more convincingly this time, 4-1. I don't think Mindfreak is going to hold up against Ground Zero, leaving my final results for predictions as Ground Zero first, Mindfreak second, third Cringe Society, and fourth Fury. Now, Josh's predictions, fairly similar, just a bit different though. He has Ground Zero to beat Cringe Society at 4-3, Mindfreak to beat Fury 4-2, leaving Cringe Society and Fury in the lower bracket, and Ground Zero and Mindfreak in the upper bracket, where he then has Mindfreak to beat Ground Zero at 4-2. Not sure about that one after Mindfreak has just lost to them last week in league play, but fair enough. He then has Cringe Society to beat Fury 4-2. Then Ground Zero to beat Cringe Society 4-3, like the first game they played, in fact. And then in the grand finals is Ground Zero to beat Mindfreak 4-3, leaving his full standings the same as mine. Ground Zero first, second Mindfreak, third Cringe Society, and fourth Fury. So yeah, slightly different predictions there from me and Josh, but basically the same principle. So, yeah. Sorry that there hasn't been a review of the past couple of weeks. There hasn't really been time for us to do that, as we're working on something that will be coming out next week. As soon as regionals for Oceania are done, we will try and get that on the channel. We're trying to figure out a way for that to be done. So there might not be a bit of content on the channel for a bit, but yeah, we'll be sure to get that on soon enough. So, yeah. That does it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoy the action this weekend. You'll have 3 games from the regional championship of OCE and North American playoffs on Saturday, and then the last 3 games and Europe's the last 3 games of Oceania regionals, and then Europe's promotion playoff on the Sunday. So yeah, enjoy the action, and I'll see you guys next week. But until then, goodbye.
Double painted.
I think I need therapy when my fear gets the best of me. I can't seem to understand how you do this to me. You've been running in circles inside my head. Wasn't looking for love, but baby, I found you instead. I didn't know I was on casualty until you stopped my heart and you made me see. I need your close. Still been running in circles inside my head. What's the